Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Robert Marx, a retired professor of the University of Miami School of Medicine. This is a YouTube presentation on climate change, the hoax of CO2. This will be a preamble to what you're going to view over approximately 10 different segments. This is based on Climate Change, a Hoax of CO2 Revealed, my latest book on how climate change really occurs and that CO2 has really nothing to do with climate change. The book will tell you that climate change is real. It's advancing slowly at the rate of 1 degree Fahrenheit per century, different from what your politicians are telling you, and that the sea level rise is not due to melting of glaciers. Now, that may be in confrontation with what you're hearing, but stick with this, and I think you will find some interesting data. Now, this is how you can order my book. I would please if you would. And then as we start this, I will show you that there is my uh, email address and my phone number, as well as the publisher. We're open for questions and challenges. So this is all really transparent, things that politicians talk about, but very rarely do. So what is contributing to global warming if it's not CO2 and the so-called greenhouse effect? To solar output variations. We can measure the amount of light hitting and the energy hitting the earth in 1850 compared to today. If you run the numbers, there is 867 trillion more watts of solar energy per year hitting the earth since 1850. Solar output variations. What do I mean by that? Our sun is a star. Every star pulsates. It goes hot, it goes dim, warmer, hotter, things such as that. The sun is a star. Every star pulsates over decades and centuries. Right now, we are having a pulsatile sun producing more light, and the light is converted to energy as the light energy excites the molecules on Earth. Case in point, just this last May 14th, 2024, the sun emitted a very prominent sun flare. It was emitting an extreme amount of ion particles that we all enjoyed seeing the northern lights. In fact, they came as far south as Alabama, which is incredible, and UV light, and we were all focused on the dazzling display of the northern lights. But guess what? That was a group of light protons and other things hitting the earth a great deal more, and it creates a warming cycle. So our sun pulsates, and all of the heat that the sun generates doesn't travel the 93 point some odd million miles to earth. It's the intensity of light. During these pulsations, it increases the light intensity that warms up the earth. We are going through an increased light intensity now, nothing to do with CO2. And here's some of the flares. When this occurs, that flare is registered as an increase in the ion particles a la the northern lights and more UV light hitting the earth. Okay, getting back to this, you can see now that we've had cold periods and warm periods for really the last 5,000 years. None of them was due to CO2. And the so-called Little Ice Age was so cold. In fact, the coldest time that was measured on Earth has been during that time, 1777 to 1778. Guess what? That was future President George Washington in Valley Forge. It was one of the coldest winters ever recorded. And that was because of the Little Ice Age, when the solar flaring and pulsations were dimmer than they are today. And so this is just an artist drawing of the treacherous cold of the sick and weakened American Continental Army during the winter. This is taken in February of 1778, or depicts that. So I keep showing this, but look at the top of this. How do we determine what the temperature was 4,000 years ago? It's actually very easy. This is called the oxygen 18 isotope curve, which directly correlates to the temperature of the atmosphere at the time the core is taken, where they can tell the depth of the core of what years it was.